Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm reviewing LEGO Star Wars set number 75336 Inquisitor Transport Scythe. This has 924 pieces, 4 awesome exclusive minifigures, and it retails for $100 in the US. I'm going to tell you guys right off the bat, this is one of my favorite Star Wars sets ever. I love it so much. I liked it when it was revealed, but I like it even more now that I've built it, and I don't even think it's that overpriced compared to a lot of other Star Wars sets and just LEGO sets in general recently. This set is based on the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus show, so here is Obi-Wan himself. I think that this is a pretty awesome figure, but I don't like that he has a new hair mold. The hair mold looks really cool, don't get me wrong. Like, it's extremely well textured and everything, but I just don't think he needed a hair mold that looks so similar to, like, all sorts of other long old man hair molds that we already have. He also has this soft cape-like poncho, and I don't like that it's made out of the soft cloth. I think it should be made out of the stiff cloth because it doesn't drape well. Like, it sticks out way too much. So that's kind of disappointing to me. He has like decent torso printing, no leg print though, which, I mean, I know the guy's wearing like plain pants, but couldn't they have done some kind of detail? And then at the back, you do have a little bit of printing. He does have an alternate face too, if I can get this hairpiece off. And I mean, it looks pretty good, but I like the angrier face better. This is our second minifigure of the Grand Inquisitor. This is based off his live-action appearance, of course, instead of the Rebels one. I used to have the Rebels one, but I don't have it anymore. But I think that the face print here is fantastic. It looks a lot like the character does in live action, and it's just a really cool, menacing expression. I also really like the torso and leg prints. Wish it continued around the side, but like, it's more annoying on other figures. He's also got the double-bladed lightsaber, which is awesome to see that back since it hasn't been used in years now, so I'm really glad that LEGO brought it back. And there is a clip on the back of his armor, so you can actually clip the lightsaber into place there. You're supposed to remove the blades, but I mean, you guys get the vision. I really like that LEGO continues the armor print underneath the armor itself so that you can display him without the armor if you want to, and there's a better look at the back print. Here's Reva, the third sister. She was without a doubt my favorite character in Obi-Wan Kenobi. I was only interested in watching the show because of this actress, and I think she really delivered. Because I haven't seen the prequel, so I didn't care about Obi-Wan himself, like, at all. But unfortunately, I think that her minifigure is a little bit let down. Like, I mean, she was basically the main antagonist of the series. Like, I guess that would be Darth Vader, but she was the one that was actually, like, in every episode, and she was the most present threat. So I don't like that she doesn't have leg printing when the other Inquisitors do. Like, that seems like just kind of cheaping out on her minifigure. And I really hate her hairpiece. This was like the orc hairpiece made for the orcs in The Hobbit, and it does not work at all. Her hair isn't braided like this. It's like, it's very textured and like coiled up on top of her head and then braided back. And to me, this is just slicked back. It doesn't have like the braids that it should. So I think that LEGO should have just made a new hairpiece for her. Like, LEGO needs more female hairpieces in general. We don't need Obi-Wan to get a new hairpiece that's very similar to several already existing hairpieces, and I really think that LEGO should have just made a new one for her. She is using, like, one of those newer skin tones. I don't remember what the exact name of this one is, but I really like it. It works perfectly. But I do wish she had an alternate face. Like, this one face is just, like, kind of stern, but she was a very angry character. She was a very tortured character, and so I would have liked to have seen, like, an angry alternate expression for her. She does have some back printing, though, so, I mean, like, whoops, that's nice at least, but I do think LEGO could have done a lot better on this minifigure. Here's the fifth brother. We also got a minifigure of this character from Rebels. I don't have that one either, but this one looks pretty decent to me. I believe it's using the same molds, and I really like them. I think that he has a lot of style. I really like the hat piece, love the torso and leg print, although again, no side leg printing. But I like the balance between dark gray and black on this figure a lot. I think the face looks great as well. And again, that hat mold is just really cool. He's got the clip on the back for the lightsaber, which is another thing that Reva doesn't have. And then you have that. I don't know if that's an alternate face or if it's just like back detailing. I guess it could be like a mask or something. And that's like a pretty cool look. So, I mean, even if it's not supposed to be an alternate face, you could use it as one in like a non-Star Wars sci-fi thing if you really wanted to. And let me just go ahead and show you guys the little bit of back printing that was covered up, as well as the rest of the torso print. There are no side builds in this set, it's all just the main transport ship, and I think this looks incredible. I love villain ships in LEGO Star Wars. I'm obsessed with them. Honestly, I'm obsessed with the Inquisitors in general. I cannot stress enough how much I didn't care about, like, Obi-Wan. Like, the show was good, but, like, I would have watched a show of just the Inquisitors and been happy, because that was, like, the main thing that was keeping me watching week to week. So I'm really glad when LEGO makes sets like this. This is a lot like Krennic's shuttle from Rogue One, which is one of my favorite LEGO Star Wars sets ever. I still have it. It's dismantled right now, but I kind of want to rebuild it and do a comparison between the two, because this is literally just like stubbier Krennic's shuttle. So this is its land-in mode, but as you can see, it's very triangular and black. And then the wings just fold down over here, and then you kind of have to pick it up from underneath. And that is the flying mode. And again, that's basically exactly like Krennic's shuttle, just with shorter wings and without the giant fin on the back. So I kind of do want to do a comparison. I don't think I'll have time to do one anytime in the next couple of months, because I don't have time to rebuild Krennic's shuttle, but I really like the look of this ship. All right, here's a slightly better angle of its flight mode. It's kind of cumbersome, like it's kind of hard to put into frame, but this thing is so swooshable. Like, I have been swooshing it around the house, and I have not played with my LEGO sets in quite a while, mostly just because I don't get time anymore, but I really used to love having Star Wars villains just like attack LEGO friends and like have the Marvel heroes save them, and this set makes me want to get back to that, because it is just so much fun to fly around. It's so aerodynamic, it looks so amazing on display, and I just really, really love it. But anyway, continuing around the outside, I feel like most of the design details here are fairly self-explanatory. It's just a bunch of wedge plates. They are attached in some interesting directions. These were attached with, like, Mixel's ball joints. Those do stick out a little bit, but I'm glad both of them are in dark gray, because they aren't terrible. If it was light gray, I think it would stick out a lot more. And I really like the paneling, kind of like on the inside, like over here, like this section is just really cool. And that is like pretty different to Krennic's shuttle. So yeah, I think that there's a lot of cool techniques at play here. And then the wings themselves, again, they're just built up like Krennic's shuttle's wings with just like plates and tiles. And then they're just on like these little, like just regular Technic pin connections. So there's not a lot of friction there. You can't really like hold it at different angles. When it's landed, like that's kind of like the most of the wings will come down, and because there's not a lot of friction, all you need to do is like pick it up and then the wings will drop down. I like that. I'm glad that it does that, because you don't really need to have the wings at different angles. You do have little guns on either end of the wings, like brick built, so they look pretty decent. But if you want to shoot something, you've got missiles placed underneath. So I kind of wish that they were at the ends of the wings, actually, like on Krennic's shuttle again, just because I feel like it's harder to get to them, like at the back here. And there that one goes. Lost forever. But I think if they were at the ends, it would be just like a little bit nicer. I feel like they look a little bit awkward tucked away back there. There are some grill pieces, ingot pieces, and then a long strip of dark bluish gray over here. I don't love how much the dark bluish gray sticks out, but that's kind of a nitpick. There's enough dark bluish gray scattered across this thing that it doesn't really like stick out like a sore thumb. I really like the gunmetal gray ingot parts, and this section has some nice greebling. But other than that, the thing is like pretty flat. There's a nice mix of studded and tiled surfaces, but there's not a whole lot of detail around the sides of this thing. So over here we have some nice stickers. I think that these were entirely unnecessary. You don't really need them, but hey, detail is detail. And I really like all of the tiling back here, like with this little tile triangle. I think that looks really, really nice. I also like the look of the engines quite a bit. They do have that blue glow, and you have little flaps that you can angle up and down. So I don't really know what those are supposed to be, but hey, they move, and that is cool. We've got the cockpit up here in a trans red, which looks fantastic. I really, really like that. The black is well printed. It merges perfectly with the black Lego pieces. And yeah, I really like the red. I'm really glad it's not gray or something like that. And finally, the last thing of note would be the landing gear. So you do need to flip this upside down a bit, but you've got 4 landing skids. They are not retractable, but I don't mind. They just move forward and back. And I mean, hey, it lands on them. So there's not a lot of colors, like unsightly colors that you'll see here. There's a couple like blues, there's some yellows, but nothing peeks through the gaps. And that's a problem that I have sometimes with Lego Star Wars sets, that you can see the colorful pieces through gaps. So I'm really glad that that's not the case with this set. And yes, this landing gear is, once again, just like Krennic's shuttle, because that's like the first place that I saw these pieces used as landing gear, and it works perfectly. Now, to get inside this ship in universe, there's a ramp down at the front which opens up, but as you can see, it's kind of hard to get minifigures in there because of this angled section. So you can actually raise this flap as well, but there's still not a lot of room back there. Like, this ramp is really just for looks. There are no studs on it, so it's kind of hard to pose minifigures, but you can make them look like they're coming out of the ship. You just can't really get them into the ship through that way because there's a whole mess of bricks back there. So, of course, you can open up the cockpit, but that also raises the roof and raises this triangular part back a little bit, and then you can also open down these flaps to gain access into the interior. And we can rejoice because there is a huge interior for a $100 Star Wars ship with 900 pieces. I am so happy that LEGO gave us such a large interior space. So I'm going to close up that ramp because, like I said, you can't really do anything with it. There is the Grand Inquisitor's chair, just one control panel, but there is a pretty cushy chair with a backrest and everything. So that's pretty nice. And these figures will fit in the chairs with their lightsaber hilts attached at the back. So I might as well just show that to you, actually. What you can do is you can remove the lightsaber hilts, and you'll notice that there are jumper tiles back there. And so what you can do is you actually just put the hilts in those jumpers. And then that's how you store the lightsabers. And then, like I said, the handle stays at his back, and then you can sit him down in his chair. If I can figure out where the studs are. For some reason, whenever it's time to film reviews, I can't put people into chairs properly. But there he is. He has to hold his arms up high, but I'm really glad that he fits with the lightsaber hilt. And you'll notice there are two other chairs for the third sister and fifth brother. It would have been nice if they had included the other Inquisitor as well. I think she's the seventh sister. That would have been great, but she doesn't even get a chair. Poor her. You have some stickered control panels, and then on that side, and then that is exactly the same design on the other side as well. And then at the back, you've got those classic like Imperial style light stickers, as well as some like beams that are holding up these angled sections. So that's pretty cool, and I'm really glad that there's so much storage everywhere. So I'd say like the one issue is that Reva has nowhere to put her lightsaber, but she can't hold it in her hands and still fit in her chair. So there are the three Inquisitors all sitting together like a little happy family, and that's why you have that extra 1x2 tile in front of the chair, because that's where you can put an Inquisitor that's sitting with their lightsaber attached. So I'm really happy about that, because I think they actually show Reva flying this ship and the other two Inquisitors sitting behind her on the box. But yeah, I'm really glad that there's so much room there. The only thing I could ask for would be a clip to put Reva's lightsaber, but there's so much space back here. I mean, look at all of that. You could cram in like another 5 minifigures if you wanted. This is just a ridiculous amount of space for a Lego Star Wars ship. Like, these things never have this much room. Like, I'm just thinking of Kylo Ren's shuttle, which is a $130 set, and how it can only fit like 3 minifigures. So this makes me very happy, and you can even fit them standing up, which is another major problem I have with ships. Like there, I'll put Obi-Wan there, I'll drop his lightsaber, and then you can fully close up the ship, and he will fit. It won't stop it from closing. That is so perfect. Thank you, LEGO, for actually giving standing up space and so much room to put minifigures. Because, I mean, it's a simple thing, but that's such a problem in other sets. Here are the extra parts for this set. Nothing really special. We have a couple of extra lightsaber hilts, but I would have loved if they had given us an extra of the double-bladed one as well. Here's the box for this set. I think this is like the $80 box size that LEGO uses. We've got some pretty cool art on the front and some nice artwork of Vader versus Kenobi in the bottom right corner. But as you can see, my box is extremely damaged. I ordered this directly from LEGO and it arrived like this, which is kind of crazy. Like, I definitely expect better from LEGO on a $100 set that I'm ordering directly from them. Like, this got so crushed in the corner that the cardboard has like split. Like, that's crazy. I've never seen something like this bad from like directly from LEGO before. So that's kind of a shame, but they did give me a VIP discount because of that damage. And then on the back, you have some nice art of the ship on Tatooine. And like I said, there's Reva flying the ship. Here's the disgusting instruction manual. I really hate how zoomed out this is. Like, there's so much dead space on these. It's really, really irritating to me. And then at the back, we do have an ad for the Summer 2022 LEGO Star Wars sets. This set is excellent. I love it. I think that there's only one way it could be better, and that's by including the 4th Inquisitor that was in the series. Like I said, I think it's the 7th sister. It's like the orange alien with like the tentacles or whatever. Just because 4 minifigures, they are all brand new, they are all exclusive, that's great, but it is a little bit light for a $100 set, and I do think that adding that other Inquisitor in here would have just made the set perfect value. Also, like I said, I don't really like the Reva minifigure. She needed a better hairpiece, she deserved leg printing, and I just feel like LEGO dropped the ball on her, and the face print. I would have liked a better face print for her as well. But, I mean, Reva's rumored to get her own show. I don't know how reliable that is, so if that happens, I'm sure we'll get a bunch of awesome minifigures of her. So overall, I think that this set is good value for $100. Is it perfect? No. I got a $20 discount because of that damaged box. Like, LEGO gave me $20 back in VIP points, so I only paid like $80 for this, which I think is perfect. When I saw this set, I thought it should be $80. After building it, I think $100 is fine. I think, honestly, the perfect price would be like $90 or, like I said, $100 with that other minifigure. But just buy this set, please. I think it's the best LEGO Star Wars set that they've made in like years. I really loved the summer sets for 2021, but this just like doesn't compare. Because last summer, it's like either the interiors were too small or the sets were too expensive, but this one has such a roomy interior. It's got great minifigures. It's a great display piece. It's great to play with. Like, I would just highly recommend buying it. I love this so much, and I love it even more than I thought I would. So I'm very glad I bought this on release day. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well, and I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.